Hello, everybody, and welcome to Professor P's podcast. I'm Natasha Palumbo, aka Professor P. I'm known for evoking the essence of spirituality by bringing the energetic fire, activating the mind, and speaking the truth. I'm so honored that you are here with us today. I thank you for joining. This podcast is focused on entrepreneurship, empowerment, and energetics. You're going to find a wealth of information inside, guest speakers, and the elixir, a dose of energetic power. So let us join in on today's podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Professor P's podcast. I'm so glad you're with me today. I'm so excited. First of all, you know I got to give you your love. Thank you so much for all you who are listening and subscribing and sharing the message and enjoying it and letting me know and leaving me comments and just everything. I just really appreciate the feedback and the shares and the likes and the subscription. This is the second to the last episode for the fall semester. Whoop, whoop. We excited? Listen, I am so excited to bring you this message today because it's something, again, I tell you, these things kind of bubble up, they resonate, and I'm like, oh, there it is. That's what we're going to talk about. I got it. Very organic for me. I've got a lot of knowledge inside of me, a lot of wisdom, and I just want to be able to bring you that good elixir, that good energy, and also those entrepreneurial tips, that empowered life, Palumbo Principles. And that's what today is about. So today's topic is beta to be better. So this is your entrepreneurial tip. It is also your empowered life Palumbo Principle tip as well, because everything that I do, I actually want to tie into life as well. So I don't want you to feel like you have to be an entrepreneur to listen to me, even though you're going to get a lot, if you are an entrepreneur, obviously, from me, because that is a big part of my wheelhouse. But I want you to know also, empowered life is a real thing for me. Palumbo Principles, I'm spitting them all the time, right? I really want you to know that you get to live this empowered life. You get to go and build the life you want. So you cannot grow what you will not test. You got that? You cannot grow what you will not test. Testing matters. And your version 1 is your freedom, not your flaw. So remember that. So that version 1 that you put out. So let me back up a little bit. A beta is a test. Okay? A beta is a test. And your first version is not your failure. It is your freedom, because you cannot grow what you will not test. So you being able to say, hey, I'm actually going to put something together and test it is so important to the entrepreneurship journey. So the reason why I was, really bubbling over this is with my entrepreneurs, I got a group of them putting business plans together, and they're working on products and services. But shout out to my Cal State entrepreneurs. They have done their MVPs. They put them out on the market. They got to collect some data on them. Professor P, what is an MVP? Most valuable player? What are you talking about? No, an MVP is a minimum viable product. It is that first ideation that you put out to the market and you kind of test. So for my students, they created all these amazing landing pages for the solution that they've come up with, the product or the service that they've come up with. They put these beautiful landing pages. I mean, I was so excited, you guys. I sent it over to my department chair. I was like, you have to look at this. Again, shout out to all of my Cal State entrepreneurs. I'm so proud of you. You did amazing. And I'm just really excited to kind of see if any of these come to life one day in the future, right? That's what it's about. So it made me think, you know what? That's what I'm going to talk about. Beta to be better, and what an MVP really is, right? What it is. So that minimum part is the smallest, simplest version. The viable, good enough to test. And the product, the thing you put into the world. So it's not your final version. It's not perfect. It's not polished. You guys kind of heard me talking about the MVP because I worked on my MVP for The Way Out Is Within, and I dropped it. It was very simple, smallest. It is my V1, okay? It was my V1. I actually have 2 phases of V1, and I'm going to go into phase 3. It's taking me some time to get there, but I'm going into phase 3. I'm going to move it from the website into an actual app. That will be phase 3, right? And in that, I am okay. My freedom is here. I've stepped in, right? It's the cheapest way. It's the simplest way. It was the fastest version for me to produce in the call outs on my website. And now I'm going to bump up the money a little bit more. I'm going to invest in a little bit more because that's how you move through. So here's some other examples for you for an MVP. A simple form, a survey, a mock sample, a one-page flyer, a no-code prototype, a demo video, a simple download, a coming soon offer, a wait list with a messaging. So that's how it started for me. Was the first one was, do you want to get on this wait list? Do you want to be a part of the beta users? Let me know. Let's sign up. That sign up let me know, yes, I've got interest. Okay, great. I'm going to take it to the next level. Boom, I'm going to create it. I spend time creating it. I let all those who signed up, right, get in and be a part of it. And once they got in it, I got to see how they were using the tool, the different things they liked. Very, very skeleton, very, very cheap, very, very fast. I might have spent maybe, I don't know, no more than $150 to build that ideation, okay, to put it out there. So testing matters. You know, what you love isn't always what the market wants. And what the market wants isn't always what you expected. That's why we test. Testing early stops you from wasting time, wasting money, building the wrong thing, falling in love with your own idea. You've got to stop that. Guessing instead of gathering data. Testing shifts you from I think to I know. And that's what the difference is between struggling entrepreneurs and successful ones. Let me say that again for you. That is the difference between struggling entrepreneurs and successful ones. Stop thinking that your market loves what you love. Go ask it. Go test it. Go from I think to I know. So how to test like a pro. Let me give you this tip, okay? This is your next tip for you. The MVP 4-part, 4-step method, okay? Create your simplest version. No bells, no whistle, just the core idea. Put it in front of real people, not your friends, not your family, people who actually represent your target market. Look at the data more than the compliments. People's behavior reveals the truth. Did they click? Did they sign up? Did they watch the video? Did they reply? Did they buy? Make one change at a time. Don't overhaul yourself with everything. One adjustment at a time. And then test again. This is how you get better fast, right? Beta to be better. Translating this into a Palumbo Principle. You ready? Here's where you bring this bit of beta to be better into your life. What if you tested your life like a beta version instead of a final draft? Stop trying to be so perfect all the time. Think about it. Who said you must have everything figured out before you start? Who are you out there that you have that belief? You've got to figure it out before you start. Where are you at? You ready? You know I love the hands, so we here with the hands. Raise them up. Who out there? Oh, there you are. I always feel like I got to have it figured out before I can put. You don't have to. Stop it. Who said you have to stick to one job forever? How many of you had that kind of belief? I'm just going to get in one career. That's it. Where are you at? That's what you saw. That's what was represented in your family, that one. Stop it. That's a fallacy too. One identity, one dream, one path. No, my friends. Life is far more different than that. I want you to grow, heal, and have success. Every new season requires a new version of you. So the empowered life mindset is this. Try the thing. Adjust. Try again. Learn. Become. Update the version. You don't need perfection. So please, all my turtles here, put the perfectionism away. You just need to be willing. Willing. So let me ask you some questions, and I want you to sit with those questions as your homework. What idea have you been sitting on because you're waiting for it to be perfect? These are your homework questions. What's the smallest version you can test this week? To my entrepreneurs, to those who want to translate this to the empowered life. What is it? How can you reshape that this week? Where can you stop overthinking and start experimenting? Go back to the 4 talents where I talked about experimentation and how important it is. What's one area of your life that needs to be a beta test right now? Right now, what is it? You understand? I want you to tell me what it is. I want you to reflect on it. And you know what is so cool about all this? Because I have to tie it into the words, right? Test me and see. Malachi 3:10. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing. Do you know that there are more windows in heaven than doors? Oh, he will open doors, honey. But the windows of heaven that will open up, God says, test me and see. So even God says, test me. He wants you to test him. Go beta that and see what happens. So why are we afraid to test our own ideas? If God tells us and invites us to test, we've got to experience that ourselves. We've got to put our test in action, our faith in action. We then need to position ourselves to receive the results of those tests and know it is okay. Romans 12:2 says it like this: be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may test and approve what God's will is. Again, there it is. Test it. Put it out there. Transformation happens in the testing. Just like an MVP helps us learn what works in business, testing helps us discern what works in our lives spiritually. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Test everything. Hold fast to what is good. Not everything you try will be the thing, but testing reveals what to keep and what to release. Psalms 34:8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Notice that it doesn't say believe without experiencing. It says taste, try, experience, then see. Faith and testing go hand in hand. Proverbs 3:6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Direction comes after movement. God steers what we start. We act like testing is risky, but testing is very biblical. Even God said, right? Test me and see. The test isn't to prove God, it's to reveal his provision. God invites us to test him. Why are we so afraid to take our own ideas and test the business, test the concept, test the habit, test the version of yourself you're becoming? Test everything and hold fast to what is good. Not everything you try will work, and that is okay. It's all teaching you something. You understand, my friends? I want you to take today's message, and I want you to really set with what I've given you. I want you to know that you get to be better by getting started. You get clarity by creating. You evolve through experimenting. Beta is the doorway to better. Remember, I don't want you to build the business. I want you to build yourself. And every great version starts with a brave first draft. It is time for you to begin. Thanks everyone for listening today. I hope you received a lot out of that episode and are feeling energized and ready for whatever lies ahead. If you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it out. Thank you in advance for doing so. Please also connect with me on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Natasha M. Palumbo. And until next time, be encouraged, be empowered, and as always, be well.